This is it. Kamusta kayo dyan? Kung Hei Fat Choy. Happy Chinese New Year sa ating mga minamahal na Chinoy brothers and sisters and to all people around the world na nagse-celebrate ng Lunar New Year. Ayan, Kung Hei Fat Choy, happy the year of dragon sa inyo. Kamusta naman kayo dyan? Also, of course, yan ang pag-usapan natin today. Happy din sa mga whether single, double, self-love, yan, lahat niyan. Happy month of romance, mga ganyan, mga charva, okay? Pag-usapan natin yan kasi mga kameta, meron video, itong minamahal natin ng Pangulo. Alright? Itong minamahal natin ng Pangulo, ukol sa buwan ng mga lovers, buwan ng pagmamahal, at of course in a way you can also say it's a form of riposte, no? Kind of a comeback din dun sa mga nagsasabi na hindi ganyan healthy yung lifestyle ng ating Pangulo. So of course medyo may konting patama din dyan. Pag-usapan natin itong response niya, mga kameta. Just to be clear also dun sa mga medyo syunga-syunga dyan, isa po akong private citizen, okay? Isa po akong journalist. I teach in a university, which happens to be the premier university in the country. So, when I say stuff here, it's all in my capacity as a private citizen. Kasi may mga syunga dyan, nag-iisip na baka ito ay government guy or appointed guy or something like that. Just to be absolutely clear, based on my contracts, bawal na I'll be affiliated in any way with any government. Now, that never stopped me from providing good advice to all administrations since I graduated from college. So whether this is the Aquino administration, this is the Duterte administration, lahat ng mga administration binigyan natin ng advice on issues na pasok dun sa ating expertise, especially West Philippine Sea. But just to be absolutely clear, kasi may mga syunga-syunga dyan at nagtutroll sa atin kagabi, etc. Excuse me, alright, I'm a private citizen and I'm keeping a very healthy distance, no, from politicians, etc. Now, of course, kasama sa trabaho natin is to engage with the government, engage with politicos, etc. Because of course, policy advisory ang role natin. In my private capacity, we're supposed to be an expert or specialist. Mga ilang libro lang naman nasulat natin na academic about West Philippine Sea, geopolitical issues. And of course, as a journalist, kailangan din natin i-interview ng mga iba't ibang tao, mga senador, mga secretaries, etc. Sometimes prime minister, sometimes president, etc. So just to be very clear about this, alright? Kasi again, may mga nag-fake news dyan. Alam natin sino mga to. Either mga bayaran na makapili yan, or mga bayaran na vlogger, or mga bitter na bayaran na vlogger na naging opposition dahil hindi binigyan ng posisyon. Alright? Alam ko sila, yun lang naman ang hinahanap nila sa buhay, mag-position sa mga trapos. Excuse me, di natin kailangan yan. Alright? May sarili tayong career, may sarili tayong buhay. Now, nagsiservisyo tayo sa bayan through public education, through advising, etc., through explaining the Philippines to the world, but everything I say is, of course, in my own private capacity. Now, of course, pwede mong sasabihin na, di ba journalist ka, dapat ganyan. Well, I'm also an academic. I'm also a political thinker. I'm a free thinker. I'm a sovereign mind. So, hindi ko nakasalang kung palpak isang presidente. Kailangan ko talaga i-point out yan. Alam nga naman yung sugarcoat ko yan. Hindi naman tayo, tanungin na lang si Paul Soriano or tanungin na lang yung mga ibang PR people dyan. Gusto nyo ng sugarcoating ng ginagawa ng mga administration. Hindi po natin trabaho yan. Now, let me be also absolutely clear. Okay, na last elections, hindi ko binoto yung kasalikuran ng presidente, hindi ko rin binoto yung dating presidente, hindi ko rin binoto yung opposition. Okay. So, wala akong manok in that sense. Now, of course, in terms of what I think is best for the country, etc., minsan, mas kutob ko, mas okay itong kandidato kaysa isa. Alright? But at the same time, over time, I'm also open to the idea of being corrected or at least being pleasantly surprised. Unfortunately, a lot of times, hindi tayo na pleasantly surprised. A lot of times, actually, unpleasantly, na-confirm po yung mga fears natin. Whether ito yung mga kapalpakan sa war on drugs, ito yung mga kapalpakan sa geopolitics and foreign policy, whether ito yung mga maharlika, etc. Marami tayong pinag-usapan. Alright? But again, just to be clear, everything I say here is in my private capacity. Okay? Strictly in my own private capacity as an academic and as a scholar. Okay? Klarin natin yan. Okay? Now, going back to this, mga kameta, pag-usapan natin itong issue na ito. Alright? The president, okay, the president released a video recently, which I feel is quite interesting. All right, which I feel is quite interesting, mga kameta, because in a way baka medyo may pagka-repost ito. All right, so let's look at that, mga kamets. All right, let's look at that. Okay, all right, 1 second. Play natin yan. Sorry. Ayan, wala tayong unpleasantly unsurprised. Yun na lang. I think that's a better way of putting it. Ito mga kamets. Okay, ayusin natin to. Okay. Alright. Hanapin natin tong walang yung ano na to. Ay, ito. Sorry. Ayan kasi, ayan. Kung sana may budget lang tayo, maayos pa yung production team natin. Panibasa, puro mga katamaran at mga kasyungan lang yung iba dyan. Hindi nila naintindihan yung mga lifestyle ng katulad natin na nagtatrabaho ng 14 to 16 hours a day. Kasama dyan yung teaching duties. Kasama dyan yung writing duties. Kasama dyan yung mga all other consultancies duties. And then kasama pa dyan yung mga vlogging, etc. natin. But anyway, what can we expect? Yan talaga mundo. Ito. Maganda to. Gusto ko tong video na to. Not because, okay guys, isa pa, dun sa mga syungan na hindi nakagets ng sarcasm, medyo sarcastic po ako. So everything that I say, sometimes it's with a touch of irony. Alright? Kung hindi nyo gets yan, then paki-google ang wit or paki-google ang sarcasm at paki-level up ang sarili nyo para makahabol kayo. Ito. I think this is a very interesting
Ang mga puso, ipagdiwang natin ang
etong video natin. I find this video very interesting. I'll explain to you guys.
Mga puso. Dahil wala nang ibang mag-aalaga dyan kung hindi ikaw lang. Lalo na kung single ka.
Ayan. Okay.
Mga puso,
I-post din natin dito sa mga nagmamahal sa ating
mga sarili. Alagaan.
So, okay. Many things are happening here. It's a very short video, but let's explain, okay? Maraming nangyari sa video na yan. And I think it gives you some idea about, how should I put it? It gives you some idea about yung modus operandi ng kasalukuyan ng administration. Alright? How they're approaching this. Obviously, very different from the previous president. Alright? Okay. Don't worry. Nilalabas ko lang itong yes to sports, no to fentanyl video na yan. Alright? Of course, hindi yun ang sinabi ng presidente natin. Pero, alam mo naman natin, di ba? Alam naman natin may mga undertones sa mga ganitong videos. Alright? Sa politika, walang video po na nirelease na isang presidente or mga tao malapit sa isang presidente na walang na walang political calculation yan. At especially considering everything that has been happening sa ating minamahal na bansa over the past few weeks. Sa tingin ko, hindi yan. Maraming may mga multiple meanings po nangyari dito. Pakita natin ulit Okay Kasi, pero in fairness si BBM okay yung mga moves niyang ganyan, yung mga bench press niya, Okay, ito ulitin natin para makikita. Ayan. So parang it looks very innocent, right?
Dahil
It's supposed to be very innocent. Parang it's just it's just a video of the president. Bench press! Yes! Bench press! Cardio! Yeah! Lalo yung meron siyang weights na gano'n. Bababa niya yan. May abdominal exercise pa yung ating minamahal na presidente. Di ba? May mga ganyan pa. Di ba? Yeah! Tapos may rock and roller. Talo pa si Ant-Man dyan. Nako. Wala pang ganyan si Ant-Man yung exercise niya.
Hindi ikaw lang. Lalo na kung single ka.
Lalo na, okay. Meron pa siyang advice sa mga Ayan na. Wait lang. Ayan, okay, finally. I found out how to.
Natin ang ating mga puso. Dahil wala nang ibang mag-aalaga dyan kung hindi ikaw lang.
Ito. Okay. So I learned. Okay, sorry. Nahanap ko yung interact button. Sorry. So, okay. So you can see many things are happening here. Alright? Saan tayo magsimula? There are many ways to look at this. Naalala nyo guys, in-explain ko yung 2 minutes highlight ng video ni Digong in 1 hour. Hindi dahil, because for me, there's so much going on there. In a very short video, actually, many messages are being sent. At kaya nga yung mga presidente, mga politiko guys, malaki yung mga kanilang PR teams. Lahat ng mga videos na nirelease nila, lahat ng mga malalaking mga productions nila, even if short, even if 40 seconds, even if 15 seconds, pinag-iisipan ng mabuti yan. Well, hindi ko alam doon sa Love Philippines. I'm not sure kung pinag-isipan ng mabuti yung Love Philippines na yan. I'm sorry. Kaya ang suggestions ko mga kameta, sana na lang ginawa nila ng yung friends to all, enemy to none. Yun na lang sana yung tourism tourism motto natin dahil clearly hindi na yung gumagana sa foreign policy natin. Kasi pagdating sa foreign policy natin, klarong-klaro sila yung kalaban at sinong kaibigan. 'Di ba? Or at least in the context of West Philippine Sea. So para sa akin, maganda yung friends to all, enemy to none. Pagdating sa Department of Tourism, hindi ko alam kung pinag-isipan ng mabuti talaga yung Love the Philippines na yan, ng laki-laki ng bayad. Pero itong video na to, sa aking palagay, the timing, the framing, the messaging is very, very important. So first of all, you can see some of the moves by the President na medyo matino, di ba? Bench press, tapos meron pang abdominal exercise. And then you can see the President is actually very chill about this. And parang nasa bahay lang niya ginagawa yun. Shala lang may private gyms, sir. Although alam ko, in fairness may mga nagsabi sa atin, mga kaibigan natin, tayo naman mga ordinaryong tao tayo, pero yung mga mayayaman natin kaibigan, sinasabi nila, in fairness, nag-gym talaga yan si BBM. Noong time pa, hindi pa siya presidente, nag-gym talaga yan. So in this video, you can see many things. No? You can see the president doing some of the exercises that, for me, in fairness, I think he's 64 years old, diba? So at that age level, having those kinds of exercises show that he's a pretty strong and healthy person. Now, bakit yan mahalaga? Huwag natin kalimutan ano yung sinasabi nung isang napakagaling na presidente, no? Yung dati natin Pangulo, yung minamahal natin Pangulo dati. Ano ulit yung mga sinasabi niya? Ukol sa ating minamahal na presidente ngayon, ukol sa kanyang kaibigan, ukol dun sa kanyang kilala. Diba? So clearly you can see, this is a way of nicely saying, sorry sir, tignan mo naman, di ba? Healthy lifestyle tayo, etc. Di mo magagawa yung mga ganyan moves na yan, hindi ka mga ganyan, healthy lifestyle kung, di ba? Kung nangiwala ka sa kabila. Of course, in a way, siguro hamon din yun sa kabila. Kamusta naman yung isa? Di ba? So parang so clearly there's this element of yes to sports, no to fentanyl. Alright? May ganun talaga yan mga kameta, alright? Okay, wag natin kalimutan yan. Okay, this is very, very important. Gusto ko lang i-pull out sana itong video ng yung highlight na hinanap. Kasi, I mean, you can find a lot of videos. Ako kasi hinanap ko talaga yung mga key highlights para ma-analyze natin na mabuti. Diba? So, again, this video didn't come out of nowhere, right? Of course, you can say na, walang kinalaman yan sa politika. This is all about the month of love, the month of care, etc. And of course, yung konteksto ng alam niyo na this, 'di ba? But again, let's remember what
hindi ninyo
the former president was telling about him not long ago, and that's why this, I think, is a very, very important video. No, it's the BBM suabe way of saying, ano ulit? Sino ulit yung Sinong healthy lifestyle, 'di ba? Diba?
Yan. Huwag mong sisihin ang ibang tao kasi sarili mong utak at katawan yan. Nung ako'y mayor, pinakitaan ako ng evidence ng PDEA. Doon sa listahan, nandoon yung pangalan mo.
Ito yung sabi ko ng mga nagka-clap pa sa tapos para may mga empty chairs pa doon.
Ayaw kong sabihin yan. Kasi magkaibigan tayo. Kung hindi magkaibigan, magkakilala. Ikaw pumapasok kayo ng alanganin.
Alam na alam
Mr. President.
Ito yung sabog na speech.
Baka susunod ka.
Okay. Ang dami nangyari, di ba? Parang biglang may healthy lifestyle commentary, biglang napunta sa people power, biglang napunta. But anyway, Honestly, I don't see this video as totally coincidental. I think it was a very subtle, very suave way of saying, well, last time I checked, healthy lifestyle tayo, nag-gym tayo. Well into my 60s, I can do this bench press, etc. Kayo po, kamusta kayo dyan? Di ba? So, for me, there's definitely that element. Right? The element of pushback against all of itong mga insinuations, or well, hindi na insinuation openly na sinasabi ni Digong na, 'di ba? So this is a suave way of BBM responding. And remember, let's not forget when BBM was asked about itong reaction niya. Like, look at the
I think it's the fentanyl.
Diba? Let's remember again, like, tingnan yung gano'n lang. Diba? That's my point. Lahat din may kinalaman yan. So, for me, there's a straight line from all those interactions to this kind of video. But of course, I'll explain. There's of course, even more to this. But, tayo. Sir. Ba't ayaw mo, sir? Sir. Biglang hindi na gumagana to Pero nalan yung ito yung sige, yung picture lang niya na, 'di ba? Yung gumanon lang siya.
Fentanyl is
for me, 'di ba? That's the suave way of like dismissing lang sama like whatever, man. 'Di ba? Ikaw ang cool dude ka. Ikaw ang nag-gym ka, 'di ba? Kung ikaw ang medyo healthy lifestyle diyan, tapos yung isa diyan na, medyo ganyan ang sasagutin mo, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Ganyan ang gagawin mo lang, 'di ba? Parang kunyari ikaw LeBron James, tapos hinahamon ka ng taga barangay basketball. Anong sasagutin mo tapos insultuhin ka kung ano sasabihin mo? Sasagutin mo, ganyan ka lang, 'di ba? So for me, there's a straight line that you can draw from this. Ganyan lang. And then yung ganitong mga videos, 'di ba? And remember, when the president was asked, ano pong masasabi niyo dun sa akusasyon ng dating presidente? Tumawa na lang siya. I won't even dignify it, diba?
mabayaan itong mga nagiging...
Para matapos lang yun.
Para
matapos lang yun. Drugs. Para matapos lang yun. Drugs. Para matapos lang yun.
Pwede mong gawin na yan Pwede mong gawin na
in drugs. Para matapos lang yun.
So, that's what I'm saying. So, this video is a lot about just ganyan lang, yung mga hanash ni tatay, diba? So, for me, clearly may kinalaman lahat naman yan. So, there's that element of messaging. But the other one, the very important also element here is, kung tinignan niyo yung video na yan, okay, makikita niyo that clearly there's also this appeal to, ito yung sinasabi ko parate, yung cool effect. Now, of course, kung ikaw ay critical, sasabihin mo pa-cool effect, right? Which is one thing that I've been explaining and emphasizing over and over again since last year, 'di ba? Yung nakikiride sa popular culture, sa mga trending, tapos very suave lang about it. Again, I love it or hate it. Alam ko marami sa inyo very skeptical diyan, pinagtatawan niyo lang siya. But let's be honest, guys. In a way, it actually kind of works. Or actually, it at least worked pag tinignan mo yung elections last year. In fact, if tinignan mo yung elections last year,
Dahil wala nang ibang mag-aalaga dyan kung hindi ikaw lang. Lalo na kung single ka. Ang mga puso, ipagdiwang natin ang pagmamahal sa ating mga sarili.
Wait lang, may
Alagaan
lalabas na
natin
akong
ang
data.
ating mga
Check
puso. Dahil wala nang ibang mag-aalaga dyan kung hindi ikaw lang. Lalo na kung single ka.
see. So, wait lang, wala na rin si Kim Chiu at saka si hindi ko rin alam yan Ay nako, ang daming lumalabas na yung mga bashers ni, pangalan ng bata, Dom. Grabe yung mga nakikita ko online, lahat imbitado daw doon sa isang kasal, hindi lang si or huwag kang tumingin sa akin ng ganyan. Grabe naman, ginawa na lang national meme. Ebang klase talaga ito Okay, control natin sarili natin. Baka mapahamak tayo dyan. Meron daw ako nakikita yung mga memes. Meron pa yung isang meme nakita ko. Akalain mo, ba't si Harry Roque, dinamay nila dito. Nakita nyo guys, yung yung picture nakatabi si Loko talaga mga tao. O mamaya ko na lang yung post, baka mapahamak tayo dyan. Mahirap na, baka mag-away-away tayo dyan, magbabardaguls tayo dyan. Pero yung isa na nilagay ng... Okay. Sorry guys, this is a serious thing. Of course, my best wishes dun sa mga lahat naman nag-move on, lahat ng mga singles. I wish you the best. Enjoy your life. Self-care, self-love. Katulad ng sinabi ni BBM. Guys, ito lang advice ko. Itong advice ko sa love life. Parang infrastructure development po yan. Diba, ano yung sinasabi nila sa infrastructure development? First you build it and then they will come, right? Yung idea is that the first investment has to come from the government and then the private sector comes in. To be honest, I have the same advice pagdating sa mga romantic life. If you build up yourself, they will come, all right? So, kaysa maging desperado ka, kawawa effect ka, napahawa-awa, gawin mong ginagawa ni BBM, magji-gym ka. Tapos yung mga ex nyo or yung mga jowa nyo dati na hindi kayo ni-respect, gaganyan lang, parang si BBM. Ganyan lang yan. Tapos mag-gym kayo. First you build it and then they will come. Alright? Because kung ayusin nyo yung sarili nyo, ayusin nyo yung ugali nyo, ayusin nyo yung career nyo, ayusin nyo yung itsura nyo. In terms of like healthy lifestyle, medyo konting skincare, konting ligo, 2-3 dyan. Eventually, they will come. Alright? Parang infrastructure development yan. Kaya every time na-hear ko sa conference ako ng mga economists or mga engineers, we will build and they'll come. Iba yung naiisip ko, alright? But in a good, in a matino way. So, yun ang advice ko sa inyo, mga kabataan, especially yung mga gusto makinig sa mga zaddy advice. Alright? Papa Chad. Okay, yun na dapat pangalan natin, Papa Chad. Okay, may tawag po tayo from Quezon City, District 2. Ano po yung advice na gusto nyo kay Papa Chad? Kailangan natin ng yung mga ganyan advice. Papa Chad. Now, speaking of cool pop culture, pero honestly, hindi ko alam pala si Kim Chiu at saka okay. Sorry, guys. Huli ako sa balita. Sorry kasi ang hinabol ko yung mga latest investigation kay Trump or inaabol natin yung mga latest nangyari pang giyera sa mundo. So, medyo huli tayo sa balita pagdating sa ibang mga celebrity drama dyan. Alright? Basta, advice ko lang you build it and then they will come. Alright? It's as simple as that. Alright? So, kung single kayo, whatever, don't worry about it. Alright? Just work on yourself. Mamaya natin, ba't yung Tucker Carlson, Putin, propaganda, softball interview na yan, ibang usapan yan. I-park muna natin. Balikan natin ito. Now, if you look at it, there's also this aspect of populism, right? Pop culture, cool effect. Nakitang-kita natin nung election time pa lang. And in fact, for me, this is a big explanation why yung Gen Z, ang largest, as a share of demographics, ang largest supporters ni BBM nung last elections. Now, unfortunately for some reason, wala tayong matinong meaning authoritative survey agencies na exit poll. So ano po yung exit poll? Exit poll is a situation whereby exit poll ay ito yung mga polls na ginagawa immediately after people vote, and they tend to be very accurate in terms of reflecting hindi yung huling survey pero actually ano nangyari sa election mismo. We used to have that regularly. But for some reason, wala sa mga two major polling agencies gumawa nun. Now, nevertheless, yung reports na lumalabas, yung mga datos na lumalabas right before election shows that ang lakas ni BBM nung election among the Gen Zs. Sobrang laki ng share ng mga voters ng Gen Zs. 71% of Filipinos age 18 to 24 ang bet nila ay si BBM. Ito yung base sa Pulse Asia survey nung February of 2022. Again, I know magsasalita na naman yung mga Google Trends friends natin and all, but I've been researching about what's happening in Indonesia, neighboring Indonesia, where Prabowo Subianto the son-in-law of the former Indonesian dictator, a very, very controversial former general who has been accused of massive human rights violations and the disappearance of many student activists, etc., and doing some crazy stuff in East Timor, etc. He's in the pole position to become the next president of Indonesia. Actually, third time niya tumakbo yan. Right? And halos sigurado siya manalo dahil yung vice-presidente niya ay yung anak ni Jokowi na outgoing president. Now, mahabang usapan, I have a lot of comments to say about Jokowi, but you're free to go on Google and just type, "Hey Darren Jokowi." You can see all my analysis about Jokowi throughout the years. Because I've been following Jokowi's career since 2013, 2014, right? And I've been constantly visiting Jakarta, in touch with my friends in Indonesia, etc. Because I see a lot of similarities between Philippines and Indonesia. Now, if you look at Prabowo Subianto, he did something very similar also in these elections. In fact, I would say that the Indonesian election is potentially the first Gen Z elections and first TikTok elections, right? Ang ginawa ni Prabowo Subianto is, as in literally, pa-cute siya. Literally, ginagawa niyang sarili niyang cute sa mga, ito, ibang klase. Oh. Literally, ginagawa niyang sarili niyang cute during the elections. Guys, this is what you're gonna get in my vlogs, okay? You're gonna get comparative international political analysis, alright? Hindi lang ako magsasalita about this Philippine president or that Philippine president or this. No, parati ko kinukumpara ang Pilipinas sa ibang bansa na similar sa atin. Because only in comparison can you understand what's really happening in the world, right? So this is a very interesting thing. Right now, nakikita natin na sa Indonesia po, yung kanilang leading candidate to be the next president, si Prabowo Subianto, doing something that is not very dissimilar from what BBM was doing in 2022. So both men actually had huge baggage, huge human rights baggage, and yet, with very slick, very, very slick public relations campaign, they turned themselves, well, in the case of Prabowo Subianto, into a cuddly grandpa. Tignan yung animation sa gitna. Diba? Now, si Prabowo is an interesting guy because few years ago, meron siyang version na naghubad pa siya, nag-topless siya, na malaputin. Alright? We saw that with Vladimir Putin, trying to pull off the macho version. But actually, what we're seeing right now is the cuddly, pa-cute, pa-cool version. Alright? And I think both Prabowo in Indonesia was expected to win. I don't know how big, but and in the case of Philippines, pagdating kay Marcos, both are doing a very good job in terms of that cool effect. I know, cringe. Gets ko yan. Believe me, sobrang cringe ako when I hear about Prabowo or someone like that coming off as a cuddly grandpa or topless or something like that. But sadly, guys, it works eh. It really works. Ang hindi nag-work yung Hadouken, okay? I'll be honest about it. May comment na ako dyan sa Hadouken, alright? Kasi guys, hindi pwede na seryoso kang tao, di ba? Good governance kang tao, etc. And then biglang mag-Dragon Ball Z ka out of nowhere. There should be a transition. Ito kasi in the case of both Prabowo and BBM, nakita natin, gumawa sila ng transition. It didn't come out of nowhere na biglang cuddly pa-cute sila. And shamelessly active sila on TikTok and all. So I'm not surprised, both in Indonesia and the Philippines, the Gen Z, kami mga millennials, wala naman kaming kasalanan dyan, ha? Okay? You keep on blaming millennials. Okay, ang mga millennials, hindi pinanak kung panahon ng martial law, almost all of us. But if you look at the votes, actually nanalo si Lenny, isang malaking dahilan ng 2016 is because of the vote of millennials. But Gen Z, no offense, ibang usapan yan. It looks like the TikTok, the pa-cute, the cool effect, all of those. Yes, I know it's cringe and all of that. It's working though. It is working, guys. All right? And it's just very crazy what's happening actually in Indonesia, which makes you think how far this branding and public relations campaign can go in terms of turning a very controversial, in this case of Indonesia, a very controversial ex-general, someone related to the former dictator of Indonesia, right? Someone who stands for strongman leadership, caudillo leadership, now is the cuddly uncle or cuddly grandpa, diba? Na anime, na pa-cute on TikTok. Feel free, if you don't believe me guys, go on TikTok right now and type Prabowo or type Indonesia. The reason I cannot put the videos guys, kasi copyright yan. Kasi pag ma-copyright tayo, magka-problema tayo. But speaking of copyright, baka maano na tayo dito, I really suggest you guys to check some of the vlogs of BBM Again, I know yung iba sa inyo, magka-cringe kayo, pagtatawanan nyo. But guys, this is very, very important. Okay? This is very, very important. If you look at it, yung mga vlogs ni BBM, look at how relaxed, at home, seamless, cool, suave he was. Again, I'm not saying this in a positive moral sense. I'm saying this in a purely political sense. So watch nyo guys yung mga BBM vlogs. Alright? Yung vlogs na, for instance, talking about TikTok. Very interesting. And then like, nagka-comment siya dun sa mga nagsasayaw. Pa-play ba natin? Baka, may concern kasi baka pag play ko yan, ma-violation tayo ng copyright and all of that. But I really suggest you guys to check out some of these videos. Look at some of the videos where, for instance, BBM is watching people dancing to his song, or people dancing na saying na siyang pipiliin nila. Hindi si Lenny, hindi si Isko, hindi si Lacson, hindi si Pacquiao. Yung mga ganon-ganon na sayaw. Ano ba yan? Copyright pa tayo dyan. O ipopost ko lang sa baba yung links guys para you can see it on yourself. Ito yung hindi na kung itong isa eh. Kung...
May trend ba? May trend?
Nagyabang pa.
Hindi.
Basta pa na rin, I think there's a ito.
Trend ba? May...
Ito. Ayan, yung mga ganun. Yung deden, tapos lalabas yung mga picture ng mga ibang candidates, and then magdo-no sila, and then pipili namin si BBM. Yung mga ganun. Like, again, pwede mo sabihin, baka pwede mo igaganin mo. But the point is, it works. It works. Kaya sabi ko, guys, if for any person to be politically successful in our era of not only social media but TikTok social media, sobrang mahalaga na you can transition into, let's be honest, medyo kenkoy. Kahit medyo zaddy ka na, yung mga moves kang ganyan-ganyan, sige, okay lang yan. The important thing is you have to be relatable, especially in an era where the Gen Z is becoming increasingly, Gen Z and the younger millennials, yung mga mid-20s ganun, are increasingly the dominant voting population, and sila yung seemingly very, very open, if not quote-unquote susceptible dito sa effect ng mga ganitong pa-cool populism na nakikita natin from Proboso Bianto to BBM in 2022. And so etong sa huling video na nakita natin, itong latest video na nakita, we see again, no, kitang-kita natin dito how BBM and his team really intelligently use itong cool effect kind of populism, right? Not angry like Tatay Digong style, not calling for mass killing, not hindi minumura yung America. Hindi, it's a very different version of populism, right? And I think that tells you a thing or two also about anong hinahanap ng tao nowadays. Again, this is not an endorsement. My point is, it's important to know ano yung nag-appeal sa mga voters, especially younger generation, and then you put in the good things there. You put in the good things there. Kaya nga, I hope yung ibang tao na nanonood sa atin, nagigets nyo na the reason why minsan medyo kenkoy tayo or medyo... Because, guys, this is not a lecture, right? If you want to listen to my lectures and I'll go to my class, you register in my class or watch some of my lectures. This is a different kind of communications. There has to be some spontaneity. There has to be some unpredictability. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? This is very, very important. There has to be some cool effect. Now, of course, yung haters natin sabihin nila pa-cool ka. Whatever, okay? Tapos kung tinignan mo ng mga haters natin, mukhang ewan naman. But anyway, sorry, Lord. Sorry, sir. Okay, I'll be nice. Okay, I'll be nice. But you get what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying na, purong saying. This is where the cool effect is very, very important. I keep on mentioning. So there's nothing wrong with doing Hadouken or whatever. But make sure you do it in a way that comes off as authentic. In fact, the term that you should use there is contrived authenticity. Contrived authenticity. I cannot say for sure if the president, BBM, is really someone who has been following TikTok, etc. But it's how you project yourself on camera, you project yourself during the videos, etc. Magaling yung directorial approach. Si Paul Serrano pa yata gumagawa nun. You get what I'm saying? This is a signature of BBM. So if this Marcos Sr. was this serious, visionary, authoritarian, and some would say megalomaniac kind of leader, and if Digong was this kind of old, demagogic, strongman, caudillo leader, BBM is a very different one. He's neither tatay nor his own father. He's a very different kind of digital populism kind of leader, if I can put it that way. And this I think does very well among the Gen Zs and the younger generations, who are increasingly going to be the majority or a huge part of the voting population. So I hope guys na appreciate nyo itong discussion natin today. Again, I'm not here to bash one group or to say great yung ibang group. We are doing analysis here. All right? We're trying to analyze what works, why it works, and what can be done by others who want to also be successful in politics nowadays. And this is just about form. It's not about substance. The substance, of course, if naniwala ka sa demokrasya, naniwala ka sa human rights, naniwala ka sa accountability, you can do that. But package it in a way na relatable, exciting, cool. Kahit sige, minsan naman lalabas na medyo sablay ka pa cool. Okay lang yan. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay na may mga bashers or haters. It's okay. But it works. Ang dami nagbabash kay Bibian, ang dami nagbabash kay Prabowo Subianto. And a lot of them for good reasons. Except it works. It politically works. Right? So there are some lessons here for the opposition and others who want to challenge them effectively. On that note, thank you very much mga kameta, and talk to you soon. Kailangan natin humabol. So Kong Fat Choi, God bless you, and you may have a blessed Chinese New Year and a year of Dragon. Salamat sa inyong suporta, and salamat din dun sa mga mabait na comments and all. In fairness yung TikTok natin ngayon, napakabait yung mga comments Bakit kaya? Kasi nilagay ko love dun sa kahapon kasi daming triggered Kaya ako na-trigger din ako Sinasabayan ko, insultuin mo, block kita. Ayan tuloy. Tapos kahapon hanggang sinaway-away natin yung mga iba dyan. Alright? Okay. Thank you very much and talk to you soon.